For the fittest on Earth, it's a chance to reassert their dominance. For the rising stars, it's a chance to prove they belong. And for the fans, it's a chance to see the greatest collection of athletes in the sport of fitness. The past, the present, and the future collide in Columbus. It's the 2019 Rogue Invitational. Rogue Fitness. It's a name and a brand built on excellence. The company known for world-class equipment also puts on world-class events. The Arnold Strongman USA, the annual Arnold Strongman Classic, and now the first ever Rogue Invitational.
When I got the invitation to the very first Rogue Invitational, instantly I felt like it was going to be part of history and something that everyone's going to remember forever. So it was an event that I wasn't going to miss.
To get to do an event at Rogue headquarters, like that's pretty cool. I got excited. I couldn't say no to doing this.
I'm competing with top 10 at the games, and then top 10 qualifiers is going to be a hard competition.
20 of the best women in the sport of fitness are in Columbus, Ohio, to compete for a share of a nearly $500,000 prize purse. The winner earns $50,000. Money isn't the only thing on the line. One woman will also earn an invitation to the CrossFit Games in Madison, Wisconsin.
It was really important to us to provide a platform for the athletes to be able to qualify, and what better place to have it than our headquarters.
Rogue Fitness was started in a garage in 2006. Today, it occupies 600,000 square feet on 37 acres. It is home to 600 employees. And this weekend, Rogue HQ is the center of the fitness universe. Fans have descended on Columbus and are tuning in at home to see how the best athletes in the world stack up a few months out from the CrossFit Games.
Being here with top athletes in the world and going up against them and being on the same floor is gonna be pretty wild.
Tia Toomey, Katrin Davidsdottir, and Annie Thorisdottir have each been crowned the fittest woman on Earth twice. The Rogue Invitational will be the best warm-up they get for their upcoming clash in Madison.
I think it's going to be a great weekend where we can come together, have a bit of a dry run of the CrossFit Games.
It's going to be a very tough competition, but it's also going to be a fun environment for us, I think, because I think we get to test ourselves a little bit different.
This is a great weekend to kind of see what we have and where we are with things, and then we'll have these 9 or 10 weeks leading up to the games where we can learn and we can build off of this. So it definitely, like, not any less pressure, but so much more room to, like, play and see what's there. It's go time.
Sarah Sigmundsdottir has stood on the podium 3 times at the CrossFit Games. She has already qualified for another trip to Madison. Winning the Rogue Invitational would give her plenty of momentum and confidence.
It's almost like a mini games rather than regionals, but I think it's just going to be good to see where you stand and where you need to work on before the games.
There is a new structure in place for this season. Athletes can get to the CrossFit Games in one of 2 ways. First, they could qualify through the Worldwide Open that took place earlier in the year. Second, they can earn an invitation at one of the sanctioned events, like the Rogue Invitational.
If you're going to do a sanctionals, like this is going to be the coolest sanctionals to do.
7 women are competing to earn an invitation to the CrossFit Games. Rachel Garibay is one of them. She's hoping her experience at the Games on a team pays off in Columbus. The Rogue Invitational is a 2-day competition with 4 different divisions: women, men, teams, and legends. The women will face 8 events over 2 days. The events were created with the help of 2 of the best the sport has ever seen.
We felt a lot of responsibility in the programming for the athletes to put out the best events and the best mix of events for the Invitational. And that's where Chris and Josh really helped us out.
Josh and I were able to work on it together and really fill in the gaps from what Bill and Katie wanted to see. So it was great. Really challenging, kind of filling in the gaps, but really fun.
The workouts that I appreciated and liked the most were the ones that I looked at and I'm like, I have no idea who's gonna win that workout. It's just gonna be the fittest person that's gonna win that workout.
The opening event featured another collaborator, the team at GoRuck. It also presents a new challenge to the athletes, a ruck run.
I am really looking forward to like the ruck one. That one should be a lot of fun.
The event begins with 3 rope climbs. Then it's a run on a mile course. The athletes will stop twice. First, to put 5 100-pound sandbags on hay shells. Second, to pick up a 75-pound bag and carry it into the stadium before dragging it across the finish line. They will be wearing a 20-pound GoRuck pack for the entire event.
Having a pack on that's loaded like that makes it a way different workout than if we were to do it with no pack. I do think with like a GoRuck type challenge, the athletes that are like a little bit bigger have maybe a little bit better chance to kind of handle the pack with the loading.
It's gonna be a fun, grueling workout. You know, that's a pay the man style workout right there. That's good times.
Most of the women competing at the Invitational have done events while wearing a weight vest. Few have done one wearing a ruck pack. Coming up, heavy packs and heavy bags. The women face event 1 of the 2019 Rogue Invitational.
The 2019 Rogue Invitational on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Rogue. Don't weaken. By GoRuck. Founded by a Green Beret, GoRuck is pioneering rucking as a fitness activity. And by Reebok, featuring their latest campaign, Sport the Unexpected.
The Rogue Invitational is not just an event, it's a gathering. When fans from around the world aren't enjoying the action, they're enjoying the best their community has to offer at Vendor Village. There will be little that's enjoyable for the women who are set to take on the opening event of the competition.
I'm excited to get the first event done.
Rope climbs and sandbag carries are always challenging. They get worse when you have to deal with them while wearing an extra 20 pounds on your back.
We train all day, we work so hard, and this is our reward, is to come out and show how hard we worked and just like get the energy from all the people and try to inspire people. It's unreal.
It was very different. We had a backpack with 20-pound plate, 3, 2, 1, go. We did 3 rope climbs.
We are underway in event number 1, GoRuck. We begin with 3 rope climbs wearing that 20-pound ruck pack.
The best in the world make quick work of the rope climbs. They continue to push the pace on the run.
Ran out and around down into kind of like a cross-country little part of the track. The track itself was around about a mile long.
The largest amount of time is going to be on the run. It's going to be important to not rest in this particular area.
Tia Toomey out front, the Australia national champion, out of the World Wide Open, 2-time defending CrossFit Games champion, and she has never finished lower than 2nd at the CrossFit Games.
Look at these ladies. They all look very comfortable, nice, decent strides. They don't look like they're fighting the run.
However, there is a fight on the horizon. The 5 100-pound sandbags await.
Along that mile, we actually had 5 sandbag cleans up on top of hay bales.
Toomey onto the sandbags, 100 pounds, 5 bags that they have to move up and over. Tia Toomey, Sarah Sigmundsdottir, Katrin Davidsdottir, and Annie Thorisdottir. So it's an Australian and 3 Icelandic women leading the pack, and We are very used to seeing that.
Finishing off with probably about 600 meters of the track to go with a 75-pound sandbag over the shoulder.
Tia Toomey holds the lead as she gets to the 75-pound sandbag.
Tia Toomey right onto the bag, and she's going to leave Holta behind her. Now, both these women have already qualified for the game, so it's about prize money and confidence for these two.
Kristen Holta threatens to take it away as they reach the outdoor stadium.
Kristen Holta now moving in front of Toomey as the two of them are set to get back inside the outdoor stadium.
But Toomey refuses to be caught. Toomey and Holta start the final sprint at the same time.
Tia Toomey getting right to work on the bag as Kristen Holta is struggling with hers, and Toomey leaving Holta behind her.
The two-time fittest woman on Earth refuses to be beat.
Tia Toomey's going to win the event. Kristen Holta's going to take seconds.
It's actually great to have just that competition and that battle towards the end. It was a great little test to challenge myself against her and the other girls, and I was happy with the first place. So.
Sarah Sigmundsdottir starts the weekend strong. She takes third. 15 seconds later, Annie Thorisdottir and 2018 CrossFit Games runner-up Laura Horvath sprint to the finish.
One of my Achilles is like not being able to know when someone is maybe catching up with me. I need to like pull up when I think I'm about to finish. You have no idea how many times this happened at the games where like someone passed me right at the finish line and I'm just like smiling and waving like finishing. So that's something that I'm making sure I'm aware of.
Katrin Davidsdottir does not get the start she wanted. She takes 8th. Tia Toomey's event wins her 100 points in the overall standings. Kristen Holta gets 90, while Sarah Sigmundsdottir gets 80 for her third place finish. Former two-time CrossFit Games champion Annie Thorisdottir takes 4th. Laura Horvath starts strong with a 5th place finish, but things are off to a perfect start for Toomey. Up next, from long and grueling to fast and heavy, the barbells come out for Event 2 when the 2019 Rogue Invitational continues. The women who helped build the sport of fitness into a global phenomenon are also on display at the Rogue Invitational. 3 former champions, along with some of the best from the early years of CrossFit, are competing in the Legends division. One of them is still a threat to finish on the podium in the individual competition at the CrossFit Games this year. 37-year-old Sam Briggs was crowned the fittest woman on Earth in 2013. She will be making her 8th trip to the CrossFit Games in August. Briggs has qualified to the Games as both an individual and a master in the 35 to 39-year-old age group this year.
I'm fit and healthy right now, and I'm here to have fun this weekend and show up at the CrossFit Games back as an individual this year for the 2019 season.
She wins the opening event, GoRuck.
Samantha Briggs takes it for the women's legend division.
While Briggs and the other legends compete, the individuals are resting. Recovery is key when you're facing 8 events in 2 days. Two-time CrossFit Games champion Tia Toomey and her fellow competitors faced a long grind in Event 1. They'll take on a heavy sprint in the next test. Event 2 is called the Mule. It features just 2 movements, heavy deadlifts and burpee pull-ups.
The Mule workout is something that we wanted to do. It goes back to 2008. It's something that Bill originally programmed for me when I was training for the CrossFit Games. The original workout was 21, 15, 9 deadlift and pull-ups.
We were trying to figure out something where we could fit a little bit more time duration that made sense, where it wasn't too short.
I wanted to see fitness win and not just the strongest athletes. I feel like we helped that workout a little bit with making it a burpee pull-up instead of just a normal pull-up.
This is one of my favorite workouts. You're gonna see some exciting finishes here at the end.
Dani Speegle is great at moving a heavy barbell. Her blistering pace on the deadlifts helps her take the opening heat. Speegle's time of 7:39 is the top mark with 1 heat remaining. Ahead, Tia Toomey looks to pick up her 2nd straight event win. But she'll have to go toe-to-toe with another former champion to get it. The final heat of Event 2, the Mule, is next.
The 2019 Rogue Invitational on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Rogue. Don't Weaken. By RP Diet App, the revolutionary new diet app to reach your fitness goals. And by Reebok, featuring their latest campaign, Sport the Unexpected.
2 years ago, Rogue Fitness constructed this 600,000 square foot facility to house every aspect of their business. They were far from done. Months ago, they began constructing the outdoor stadium that serves as one of the focal points for the Rogue Invitational. That's where the top women in the sport of fitness are set to face the heavy deadlifts and burpee pull-ups of Event 2, the Mule.
I love high rep deadlifts, especially if they're kind of heavy. That's kind of my jam.
The second event of the 2019 Rogue Invitational has begun. It is the Mule. Dani Speegle again has the time to beat at 7:39.43 seconds. 91 total repetitions here.
The usual suspects quickly separate themselves from the pack.
Now Sarah Sigmundsdottir is your leader as she, Brooke Wells, and Annie Thorisdottir are all trading the lead back and forth. Laurel Horvath and Tia Toomey also on that lead pace as well. Annie Thorisdottir and Sarah Sigmundsdottir moving back to the rig for their sets of 15 burpee pull-ups. Brooke Wells is now done. She and Catherine Davisdottir are getting set to join them. It is really hot and humid down there on the field. There are chalk buckets to help them with their grips. That pull-up bar can get a little slippery. There's also a riser down there that they can use if they need a little extra help jumping up to the bar. But stepping up to that can take a few extra crucial seconds.
I'm just surprised of the lack of kipping that we're seeing on a lot of the pull-ups. I know that you're jumping, but you can still jump into that and get a good swing with your legs. I mean, unless you're so tall that you're jumping and your arms are already past the 90 degrees, so it's not much of a pull. I get that, and Annie is very close to that. But everyone else, I see a lot of like dead hang pull-ups, and I'm really shocked by that.
Well, yeah, especially going back to the bar for the deadlifts, though. I mean, that's grip, it's lats, it's the same muscles, so it really is.
Catherine Davisdottir with a little bit of a kip, but it's Annie Thorisdottir who's kind of just jumping into her pull-up and making it a half strict one. Seems to be working so far as she is in the lead through 69 now of the 91 total repetitions. She's holding off Sarah Sigmundsdottir and Tia Toomey for the lead.
The funny part is, you know, these ladies do so many pull-ups. We watch them do volume, so it's kind of funny to see them, the fatigue, and see how they have to work for the pull-ups. It's not something we're used to seeing.
Annie Thorisdottir back to the barbell for her final set of 9 deadlifts. She is ahead of the woman on the bottom right of your screen, Sarah Sigmundsdottir. Now Tia Toomey is done as well. And Annie Thorisdottir right to work on her final set of 9. She's on the left, Sarah Sigmundsdottir is on the right. Thorisdottir is done, and she will be the first woman to begin her final set of 9 burpee pull-ups. And Sarah Sigmundsdottir trying to stay ahead of Tia Toomey on this final set of 9 deadlifts. And Thorisdottir, meanwhile, getting right to work. Catherine Davisdottir, bottom left of your screen, onto her final set of 9. And here come Brooke Wells and Sarah Sigmundsdottir on the far right of your screen. They are on their final sets of 9 burpee pull-ups. And all of these women look like they're going to crush Dani Speegle's top time is 7:39.43 seconds.
Now there's that leapfrog kipping that I was talking about. That's fine. If you don't want to get a full backswing, pull those knees up and really get some momentum with those legs.
3 to go for Annie Thorisdottir, and then a final sprint across the finish line.
And Annie's cadence is just unreal. That was just
Thorisdottir
amazing.
is done, and she'll have to sprint across the finish line, getting some directions from her judge. But Annie Thorisdottir is going to take event number 2 and put 100 points in her pocket. 6:29.45, more than a minute ahead of Dani Speegle. Here comes Brooke Wells. She's going to take second place, and Sarah Sigmundsdottir will finish third.
Tia Toomey takes fourth, her second top 5 finish in a row, and a great start to the competition. Fellow 2-time champ, Katrin Davidsdottir improves on her finish from event 2. She finishes 5th. Annie Thorisdottir's event win pulls her into a tie with Tia Toomey. Sarah Sigmundsdottir has a 14-point lead over Brooke Wells. Kristen Holta rounds out the top 5 with 128 points.
Yeah, I mean, the burpee pull-ups were very aerobically hard, so that definitely winded me for the deadlifts, but I know that I'm so, deadlifts are such a strength for me that I tried to not think about being winded and just tried to rip it off the ground.
I'm known to be very clumsy, so my first 4 pull-ups, one time I didn't hit the bar, second time I slipped off the bar, and it was just it was a show. So I just laughed and I was like, just keep on going. And it worked out in the end. I love doing the burpees in the mud. It was just grass smell. It was like a little kid playing outside again.
It went almost perfectly according to plan. I think it was a really fun event, and it was very comfortable knowing that I was close to the lead going to the 15 deadlifts, because I knew I could do those unbroken, and most of the other girls would have to slow them down. So I was excited.
Next time on the 2019 Rogue Invitational, Tia Toomey and Annie Thorisdottir take their battle indoors, where another Icelandic phenom looks to crash the party. And a brand new challenge has the women taking aim at the top spot on the leaderboard. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports.